All right, we are live.
Okay, that's good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I figured you'd be doing an intro, Nova.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's-
don't really. I don't. I don't
It's
really
like,
have.
welcome to the summer podcast. Do something like that.
I mean, I should. I mean, it should probably.
Welcome
be
to the
like,
Podcastination podcast. Tonight's topic is summer. I'm Wood Chief here with Blue Nova and Bullet 360.
Thank you for taking charge, because I was not prepared to take charge at all.
Which is weird because out of all of us, you're usually good at that.
No. Alright. So, recently, I went to a family reunion.
Well, okay, we're just jumping right in, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I went to a family reunion. And would you rather me sit here and be quiet for 5 minutes? Come on now. Anyway, I recently went to a family reunion. Now, we normally always have it the first week of August, but we had to switch it up a little bit because I don't even remember the reason, but it was something. Anyway, I get there. I tell everybody I'm not going in the lake, okay? Because last year y'all wanted me to go in the lake, and I said no because it's dirty, and then my niece got sick for a year. And I said, ha! Told you it was dirty, but who listened to me? None of you. They're like, we're not going to that same lake. I'm like, we're not? Okay, I'm in. So I don't put on sunscreen because I'm like, you know what? I could use a tan. I get burnt to shit. All on my neck, all on my back, even my arms.
Oh, wow.
That night, my arms were about as red as a bright red hoodie.
I would have said tomato.
Well, think of like normal red on a hoodie. That's how red my arms were. Anyway.
Ah.
Well, my arms and everywhere else that was burnt. Literally, you could tell I was underwater because the part of my head was burnt was like a perfect outline of somebody who's just neck up in the water. But anyway, yeah, the burning was keeping me up like all night. I had to put burn cream on my arm. So burn cream has Silverdine in it, and I forgot that Silverdine, when it's working, leaves a black residue. And so I woke up and I seen the black residue on my arms. I'm like, how the hell did this get there? And I'm like, oh wait, there's Silverdine. And all you gotta do is pretty much wash it off with water. And it'll be fine. But yeah, the pain lasted for about like 3 days. And the only bearable part was honestly my neck and my back, and my arms got the worst of it.
I believe you.
No, but didn't you say you had a similar story?
I mean, it's nothing really that spectacular, but.
But let's still hear it.
So, with the pandemic that happened last year,
Yeah.
I had to spend more time at home than I usually would. I much prefer would, but so I basically became a fucking troglodyte, fucking pasty ass motherfucker by the end of 2020.
That was all of us. That was all of us.
So, going out on vacation, I went on vacation about 1 or 2 weeks ago, and we went to Disney because they reopened, Universal, and came back home. Anaheim gets hot during the summer, and my little pasty ass, well, my arms, specifically the back of my hands, because I usually walk with like my fingers inward, when I walk.
Yeah.
And the back of my hand, everything was just crisped. Did not like, not used to it.
How bad was the pain?
Um. Well, let me put it this way. Uh, any contact with the sun, I wanted to put a bullet in my head.
You ever walk through the freezer section of a store with the sunburn?
No, I no. That sounds
Oh,
terrible.
it is.
So when I used to wear tank tops in the summer, I
Yeah,
would
what?
get these farmer tans, and my shoulders would get it the worst, of course. And one day I got it. See, normally sunburns don't bother me at all. Normally I have a high tolerance for sunburns. There's only been like 3 instances. This is the when a sunburn has badly hurt me, and the one I just talked about was the third and final one. This is the second one. I will get into the first one later. Don't know why I'm going backwards with this. But anyway, yeah, I was with my pops and we were walking through the store and we get to the freezer section. And oh my god, when that cold hit my shoulders, it was worse. The pain was worse than the sunburn itself because of how tender my skin was.
Okay, now this is definitely only me, but so that sounds bad. Have you ever? And I know that I already know the answer's gonna be no, but imagine that. But imagine like like I went to a theme park. Okay,
Yeah.
I freaking hit Splash Mountain in Jurassic World when I went to Disney and Universal.
Uh huh.
Bro, the intense heat of the sun with wet, freaking soaked arms. No, 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 no. Awful, awful.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Um, in
I saw.
mine, well, cold water normally helps with the burn.
this was not cold water.
Oh, but yeah, you messed up
Yeah,
pretty bad. You fucked up bad.
Yeah, I actually have a story
yeah.
when we actually
Well,
get to me talking about my vacation. Something about that. That's.
Okay. So the first
well,
ever real bad sunburn I got, it was when my brother was still alive, and
Whoa. Okay.
what?
You can't just drop that
I can, and I
knowledge.
did.
I do not remember.
Um. Anyway.
God rest
Damn,
his
that got
soul.
dark hella
I
quick.
guess. Yeah.
Anyway. He was with his on again, off again girlfriend. They were on and off like all through high school and even somewhat into adulthood. Now she has a son with autism, and we all went to the wave pool.
Hmm.
This is my first experience at a wave pool. I put sunblock on. Here's why I never put sunblock on after that, because I put sunblock all over my arms, my chest, my back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I will leave. And the next day, I have a first degree sunburn on my back.
Ugh.
The worst pain I've ever been in. I had to put burn cream on my back for like 3 to 4 days.
Wow.
Wow, dude. Bro,
Surprisingly, no blisters.
that that reminds me of something.
You should have seen me peeling. I felt like fucking gold member.
Bro, have you ever tried peeling like post sunburned skin off your arm with hairy ass arms like mine? It's a hell of a process, I tell you.
It is, because I had to do
Yeah, it
that this
is.
year.
Yo, but okay,
Same.
but like that
Um,
just
But,
reminded me of something. Another instance where I fucked up during my vacation.
oh god.
Um, after said water rides, I did not respray after I got off the ride.
Oh boy. That's why you gotta get like the banana boat that has like the water protection, like the 7-in-1
Yeah,
one.
and it wasn't until like I was washing my hands at Denny's after breakfast that I noticed like a sheen forming around my hands after I was like, that's not the sun. That's not the sunblock, is it? I didn't know that shit came off. I did not pay attention.
You gotta get the water proof sunblock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where he messed up.
But yeah,
But
needless to say, that sunblock obviously washed off.
yeah.
And two, I'm like, bruh, it's like off repellent in Michigan with mosquitoes. Do I even need it at this point? Is it even gonna be useful to me?
Bro, so I think I can probably top that. Like how red was your skin after that?
I do, even moving was painful.
Okay,
I literally stayed still for like 4 days.
I think I could top that. So when I was this was like fourth grade.
You dare try and top my pain?
And I was like, it was fourth grade. I lived in a small town called Arbuckle here in California, and and when I was little, I was fine with like pools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't really much anymore because like after many years of water fucking up my ears after going swimming, I just kind of walked away from it.
Oh, that's annoying when you get the water in your ear and you just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
But no,
that's why I hate taking baths these days.
it got worse, bro. It's worse though because I actually got swimmer's ear, which is where it actually
Ear infection?
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
it got to where every time I went swimming, I would get one, and it was awful. But so it was fourth grade. We my grandparents were setting up a little kiddie pool in the backyard, and my little dumbass figured, oh, I'll just sit in the pool while it's filling and wait for it to fill. Bro, I was sitting there for like 30 minutes while this thing was filling, unmoving, in 100-some degree weather.
No,
Why the
you
hell
can't
would you
that.
do that?
Bro, when I came back in, my back looked like a red cherry. Like I just landed back first on a patch of freaking blackberries and just dyed my back red. It was awful.
And I
Can
swear,
top
if someone
that.
saw your back at that time, they'd be able to cook fried eggs off it.
I can
And real
top
quick, War
that.
Chief, can I tell my sunburn story? Because you guys
Oh
give me like
yeah.
twice.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Like I don't mind. I was just wanted
Go
to
ahead.
get it real quick before we
Yeah.
move on to a different
It's
topic.
your turn.
Like, okay. Like so, a couple months ago, like while I was still working, it was like one of the first 100-degree days. Okay. Well,
Okay.
we were outside in the blistering heat. I was chucking firewood with my long sleeve sweater on,
That's where you
because I didn't want to get my arms. I didn't want to get my arms all. Yeah, you already get where this is going. I didn't want to get my arms all sunburnt, but it got so damn hot. Don't interrupt.
How did you not pass out from like heat stroke?
Next to
Are
us,
you
there was
kidding
trees
me?
with
I see
shade,
people walking
and we
around in
brought
hoodies in
water.
the
We're
summer
not
all the time.
stupid.
You're in Michigan. That's different.
Not really.
Yeah. I don't know who
Right.
I'm agreeing with. Anywho,
Not really. It gets hot.
Not as hot as California, trust me.
No, definitely not.
Anyways, like back to the story. Like when it's getting towards the end of the day, I just couldn't take it anymore. I took off my sweater and like, no joke, my arms were silk with sweat. And in a span of 30 minutes, my arms were as red as a tomato.
Oh,
The back of my neck was killing me. Every time I move it, I almost start crying because how much it hurt. And I fucked up later that night. You don't know why? I took a cold shower trying to cool down my temperature. The moment it hit my sunburn, I screamed.
To do.
Well, it didn't feel good on my sunburn because it made me scream.
No,
it
it's
fucking
not
hurt.
going to. But that's one of the remedies that
Another dumbass moment for me. I took nothing but hot showers during my vacation.
But
What?
I had a thought. When you said you lived in a town called Arbuckle, I immediately thought of Garfield.
John Arbuckle, yeah.
Is that who the town's named after? Get out. Don't come back.
Oh god.
But my dad, his legs do not tan.
Oh god.
It was like I think maybe the 70s or something. He was at a pool, and he was on like one of the floaty rafts or something. I don't really remember, but he fell asleep. When he woke up, his legs were purple.
What?
That's you might have a problem there.
If they're
That's how.
purple, you might want to go to the doctor.
Oh, they rushed him to the.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think that's fucking normal.
No,
When it's
because
either
he
purple, it's
fell
either
asleep in
frostbitten
the
or
sun
frostbitten.
for like 4 hours.
4 hours?
Where the heck was he?
I don't remember.
Surprised his ass didn't rise up shriveled like a raisin. The fuck?
But yeah, I think they had to, if I remember right, they had to like wrap his legs and uh provide constant coolant to his legs for like a day or two. I don't remember. I'll have to ask him again.
Well, one thing's
So,
for sure. If they didn't, they would have had to amputate him.
so what was like? So
If I
what?
remember, it was actually close to becoming that.
So what? Like his legs
I believe
can't
you.
tan because it's like the skin on
No,
his legs are
because
just like the pigmentation's just permanently dead.
yeah, and like there was too much damage.
Never heard of that before.
Why don't you go take a nap outside and find out?
Anyway,
No thanks.
but yeah, that about does it for the sunburns.
Oh god. So mind if I jump into my vacation because I have like 3 points
Yeah.
of interest that I'd like to
Yeah.
bring up.
Go
So
ahead.
yeah, like I said earlier, went to Disney and Universal Studios because they opened up fully. Not full capacity, but enough to where everything's pretty much open except for like most of the live shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my Google Docs because my notes are on there.
He cried such happy tears when he reunited with Goofy.
Yeah. So here's the thing though, like when Disney announced that they were opening, and like they had this like montage like video of like people going in to like these people crying and just overjoyed that Disney's open. This one guy's like, "Bro, it's just a theme park." And
Literally. Why are you
yeah,
crying?
yeah, well, the thing is that kind of pissed me off a little bit
What?
because they're not crying because the theme park's open. They're crying because the place where most of their happy memories lie.
Never
Like
been there, so I couldn't tell
it's
you.
where most of the joy in their lives came from when they were kids. It's the nostalgia. And
Well, they had money to go to Disney. I fucking didn't.
yeah. So before jumping into the events at Disney, there is something I wanna like. This was the day before we went, or not the day
Okay.
before we left on the trip, but so here's how we usually do this. There's the day we leave, then we stop halfway, spend the night in a Best Western, continue the journey the next day, and get
Yes.
settled in the hotel room, and go out and eat, go to downtown Disney, shop around, and then rest up for the next day where we actually go to the park. The second day, the day when we got there and moved all our stuff into the hotel room, there's this place that we decided to go to dinner after downtown Disney called Coco's.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Coco's is sort of like you know sort of like a
Grab a water really quick.
yeah, it's sort of like a Denny's in a way, sort of.
Okay.
And I and we went there for dinner. I got their freaking their the main attraction burger of that restaurant, the main specialty
Yeah.
there. And I just want to say one thing: if you get a burger and there's an option to have a fried egg or an over easy egg on your burger, and you don't go for it, the only question I have to ask is why the fuck you hate yourself.
Well, I
Who
normally
doesn't like
wouldn't
fried
go for.
eggs?
I normally wouldn't go for it
Bro, it's so
because
good.
you didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
Because I've never had the option to go for
Your
it.
call ends in 5 minutes. Free group chats have limit 1 hour.
Say again.
What?
I just got a notification that says your call ends in 5 minutes. Free group chats have 1 hour limit.
Nova, what are we gonna do about that?
I guess we'll just go to intermission, start another one. I guess.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, we'll just keep adding calls until so we have 5 minutes. So anyway, so I get the fried egg. That shit's fucking delicious. And while I'm waiting for my food, I notice something.
Oh boy.
An advertisement on the window about their house specialty. Their house specialty dessert.
Uh-huh.
War Chief, we are ones who partake in the comedy stylings of Gabriel Iglesias, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember a certain bit from from his stand-up routines called the chocolate cake shake?
Oh my god. They had a chocolate cake shake, didn't they?
It's a variant. It's not chocolate cake, it's pie. And you get to choose whatever pie that they make to have in a milkshake form. Lemon meringue, peach cobbler, chocolate cream. You name it, they'll put it in a blender with some milk and ice cream, blend that shit, and give it to you in a large cup.
Wow.
Ooh.
I had to experiment. So I got the chocolate cream pie because I'm not really a fruit pie person, to be honest. Not to say I don't like fruit pies. Like I'm fine with like apple,
Yeah.
maybe a lemon meringue here and there.
Honestly, I never liked pie.
Yeah, I mean, like here's why I wanted to experiment though. With the chocolate cake shake, you can kind of see it being a shake because cake's already moist and fluffy.
Yeah.
But pie has that crust that isn't very light or soft. And I'm like, how the hell does this work? I got the chocolate cream pie, because that sounded like the best to have in, in
Yeah.
a milkshake. And before even taking a sip, I had to look inside the cup because they put it in a to-go cup.
Yeah.
I popped the lid. It's like a layered milkshake. The bottom was like a graham cracker sundae. The middle was like a chocolate ice cream with a chocolate cream pie mixture blended together, and the top was the whipped cream that goes on top of a chocolate cream pie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking witchcraft. So I put the lid back on, and bro, you can't taste the ice cream, you can't taste the milk. It's just straight chocolate cream pie hitting you in the face as you drink. There's no additional flavors. It tastes exactly like a regular ordinary chocolate cream pie.
Isn't that what you would want though?
Yes, but I was expecting like, oh, is it gonna be like cold? Is it gonna be like a additional creamy flavor from the ice cream or
Oh,
something? No,
okay, yeah.
it's just a consistent chocolate cream pie flavor.
So they nailed it.
They nailed it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into intermission real quick, and we are going to reconvene in a new party chat. Give us 1 second. We are not the richest people, so we can't afford to do this. So give us 1 second. We will be right back.
Yes,
And we're back. Okay, sorry about that small intermission. We are doing this via Google Meets, and we do not have money, so we cannot
Go
expand.
past an hour.
Yeah. Next time, we are going to try Discord. That might be a little bit better. Probably should have thought of that first, but I didn't know if it would work
I
considering.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, back on course here.
You were talking about your vacation and the chocolate pie.
Yeah. So yeah, that was great. Now at this point, I'm just wondering what the others would have tasted like, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't really have much else to add
Well,
about
you said there were two other
vacation.
destinations.
Yeah, well, two other destinations, but there's the two that I want to talk about are sort of the same because they take place on the same attraction.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to talk about now is the experience that I had on the last day of the vacation.
Okay.
The experience I had on Splash Mountain that day.
Okay.
So Splash Mountain is always my go-to at Disney when it comes to like hot days and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It
It
cools you off.
Yeah. But I also don't like getting wet all that much. Like, I just, I love water rides. I do. I just hate the aftermath of water rides. Like, walking around with like your underwear sticking to your body and chafing, freaking. We
Oh
good?
my god. Ugh.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Because I told a certain someone not to disturb me, but no one listens. Ever.
Well, if someone walks in, just flick up your mic and mute yourself until they buzz
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Anyway, well, more humor
First,
for the.
yeah, first podcast going to be a few hiccups. We've already experienced like two already.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, Splash Mountain.
Yeah. Well, I don't like having like when your underwear's wet and like it chafes and fucking and like when your socks are wet and you're fucking itchy all the time.
Why are you wearing socks? Take them off.
No, uncomfortable. No like. I
How's?
do I do have like a cheat, if you will.
Please tell me you don't sleep with socks on.
No.
I was
But
gonna
I
say you're a
do
fucking maniac.
but I do tuck the ankle into my shoes when I go on water rides.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, but yeah, it's the wetness in certain areas that I do not like about water rides. But there is a way to combat that at Disneyland. The holy grace that is single rider lines. See, here's how the single rider lines work. Each each log on Splash Mountain has a certain number, you know?
Yeah.
They have a specific number of people they can fit onto one log.
Yes. I know that from Gabriel Iglesias talking about it.
Yeah. Now, yeah, two here, two there. Yeah. Um, but here's how it usually goes. They always work from the front on back, and when you're in the single riders line, there's 6 seats on a log. The back one is 6 and 7 because you can fit two people back there technically, but
Yeah.
there's only 6 seats. When they get a number of 5 guests that they can fit onto a log, they call a single rider to fill out that empty space. That empty space is always in the back of the log. So you have a 5-person meat shield sitting in front of you when it comes to the water.
Now,
Now I've done this several times. I've always only like made it off with like a wet arm, or it's usually only one body part that gets like splashed at the end.
yeah.
And I
Good.
was happy to go on Splash Mountain that day because it's technically my favorite ride. To go on a tangent real quick, they're actually planning on refurbishing Splash Mountain, changing it from the oh so awkward Song of the South to the Princess and the Frog,
Okay.
because to avoid any problematic happenings.
Yeah.
Hell, they've gone so far to even remove Zippity Doo Dah from the entrance music when you're on your way into the park.
What's wrong with Zippity Doo Dah?
It's because of the film that it comes from that I guess they want to
Oh,
separate
what?
themselves
Wait,
from it.
what film does it come from?
Song of the South.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
Nearby.
Mm. Mm.
Looks like we're not missing much.
And I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying
Just
it's
not really the
I'm saying
most
it's
politically correct.
yeah.
Is it on Disney Plus?
It is actually, with a disclaimer at the beginning of the movie.
A lot of the movies I noticed start with disclaimers, like even Dumbo and
Yeah, well, Dumbo because of the crows. The crows were
yeah,
like they were a parody on the black culture of the
yeah.
40s, and
It's
yeah.
bad when 6-year-old me even notices that. Yeah, that.
I ain't seen your son no way, no how. Oh God.
Anyway, moving away from that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on. So this system has worked for me many a trip to Disney. And so I'm in line. I sit there for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes way faster than the actual line. The actual line's like an hour tops. The actual queue for it. Which brings me to the main problem with single rider lines being people who don't give a shit on the single part of single rider lines.
Oh, those people.
We have full groups of friends going into the single rider line. They don't care if they get separated. They just want to go on the ride and get off as fast as possible. Which I'm okay with, because even with them there, it's still faster than the actual queue. But it's the morality of the thing, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there, 15 minutes go by, it's my turn. Excuse me.
It really was your turn.
Yeah. I hear the oh so familiar single right up, and you walk on down, and I'm on the other side. They always have two boarding ports, two boarding lanes, one at the back, one at the front. I had to go towards the front loading bay. I still get the back of the log, but it's the front loading bay. And you ever have a moment where you're thinking over your plan, you're like, this is perfect, and then you'll take one glance in front of you and you're like, until now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
I reach my log. I'm in the back seat, and sitting directly in front of me is the biggest Samoan man I've ever seen in my life. Not as big as Samoa Joe, but taller than Samoa Joe. It's like the rest of the fat went up to his height instead of his roundness. And I'm looking at this man like, this man's gonna tip over the goddamn boat. So I sit in the back, and I'm like, there's actually no way for me to get out of this. And I'm just sitting in the back, and the laws of physics are not with me here. The first drop of the ride is actually sort of like a small, like I'd say, barely even a 1.5 to 2 foot sort of slide into the into the free running water,
Yeah.
Just that. Just that from the amount of weight in the back. You have to figure they have two of the biggest people in that group sitting in the back of this log. The front, they go down. Whee. The back dips down. And water actually jumps over the side of the log from just a 1.5 foot drop.
How soaked did you get?
I saw that and I'm like, oh, I gotta tuck these socks in a little bit deeper. I start freaking running my arms like over each other, covering my freaking shorts, and I'm like, gotta cover as much as possible.
Oh no, you getting wet.
So we go through the ride, and it's working fine. Like, yes, I'm getting a little wetter than I usually do, but nothing too bad. And then the main event, the final drop from the top of the mountain into the briar patch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Like everyone was like the first 4 rows, like, yeah, the big Samoan dude, yeah, let's go. Me in the back, God help me. I'm sitting there.
You gonna get wet.
Oh, you gonna get wet. we reach the top, and it doesn't go like how Gabriel Iglesias says, where it goes to the top and then stops. No,
Yeah.
you go up and then you go down. So we go down, we splash down. I get a little bit on my kneecaps. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. But there's one thing that I forgot.
What?
And that's the fact that after that drop, there is a sharp turn to the right up ahead at the end of that drop. This log
You
went
gonna
slamming.
get wet.
This log went slamming into the side of that guardrail. And when it did, the whole log tilted.
No.
The entire back of the log was flooded. It looked like I jumped waist deep into a swimming pool. Oh, God. It took hours to dry off.
How did
You
your
guys can't
grandparents
hear
react
me
when they saw
chewing, can
you?
you?
Oh, well, they don't really pay that much attention, really.
Oh.
But because they're so used to me getting off all dry, they just looked at me and figured that I just came off dry and just got a little bit on the leg as usual.
Oh. What were they wrong?
Until like I got to them, I'm like, wait here, I have something to show you. Out comes the big Samoan dude. I'm like, that is what I sat behind. And they're like, oh. It's only at that point they notice that I look like someone threw a bucket at my face. Oh, God. So, yeah, that was that experience. And it happens rarely, but I'd have to say that was the biggest person I ever sat behind on that ride, which caused the worst splash I've ever had on that ride.
You know what you gotta
But-
do?
What?
Gotta get your grandparents on Splash Mountain.
They used to go on Splash Mountain, but now they can't get in and out of the log. But now I want to sidetrack from that and switch gears to the other Splash Mountain story that I have. This I learned about the day I was coming back home. And, news articles, I figured they're typed out and posted about 12 hours or so after, like, the event takes place. I saw this article about Splash Mountain that I just left. That on that same day, after Splash Mountain, After I've been on Splash Mountain and near the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
there was an incident.
Oh
Apparent,
God.
apparently, a few hours after I got on, this mother and little girl got on the ride. And apparently, because they build up the final drop so much. Like, here's how the final drop happens. Like, you go through the interior of the ride, it's all happy, fun times, singing happy, jolly tunes, stuff like that, dancing animals. And then all of a sudden, things get somber. Really somber. Like, we get a dark, eerie rendition of the Happy Place song, where
And ain't you happy
where
place, Toma?
where instead of singing like going to the happy place and this and that, it's a reprise of that song saying don't go to the happy place, it's a nightmare. And it's like dark gothic orchestral being sung by rabbits that are clearly disturbed. And then we reach the mountain, which is illuminated by lightning strikes and buzzards. The buzzards taunting you as you go up the slope. It's
Come.
it's pretty intense, which is why they have like such a liberal, size gauge for how tall you have to be to get on the ride.
Yeah.
This mother took her daughter on the ride, and this little girl thought it was the scariest shit she has ever seen. And while on the incline on the way up, she fucking jumped ship.
No.
What?
She jumped, leaped out of fright, out of the log.
Oh,
Now she didn't land like like in the water with like the gears and the engineering. God no. She jumped out into onto the side where like there's a little walkway for like employees and stuff for maintenance.
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
of
But
course.
still.
She jumped ship onto there, and the mother was like, "Oh fuck!" and jumped off after her.
Wow.
Like, now the thing about Disney rides, there's surveillance cameras everywhere, so it's easy for staff to find stuff like that. It's easy.
Yeah.
So, but that didn't stop.
Someone jumped again!
Someone jumped again.
This is the third time this week, damn it.
Yeah, she jumped
Same
ship.
girl, too.
The same girl. You think she'd learn? Freaking outside the ride with freaking security blankets, just like, all right, you're like talking to the little girls, like, you're fine now, princess, everything's fine. Ma'am, can I talk to you for a second? Takes her over to a corner. What did I tell you about taking her on that? Oh god.
No, just listen. You can't come here anymore.
This ride, we will have posters of your face on the side.
like they did the Gabriel and Martin.
Like they're just
Have you
plastered.
seen these two big women?
there's just plastered pictures like wanted posters saying these people are barred from finding their happy place.
On it, it's a picture of Mickey Mouse and a cowboy hat and a revolver.
And a fake mustache. And Mickey just walked by like, wow, I'd hate to be that guy. Oh god. So yeah, there is one more thing.
So, wait, is that it, please, Roy?
There.
Okay.
Who's talking? Jesus. Apparently
What?
nobody. That's cool. So
I was taking
there,
a drink of
anywho,
water,
Z.
if that's what you meant.
there is one more thing that happened on my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, my grandfather is a husky man,
Yes.
who can't really walk right due to, diabetes. Well, literally our first night there. I think it was our first. Yeah, it was our. It was our
Why
first
do you
night.
say it like that?
What?
Well, I didn't want to laugh, but you diabetes.
Type 2 onset diabetes.
All right, continue.
Oh God, basketball for Brimley. God damn it. Anyway, so literally the first night we're there, I'm in bed, I'm asleep. It's early in the morning the following day, and I'm getting shaken. Like, oh, what is it? My grandmother says, "Come on, get up." It's like, get up. Your grandfather fell. We have to pick him up. And I'm like, it's not that I don't want to help the man. Of course I do.
You
But
just don't want to.
It's a heavy man.
You've seen the size of him. So we go over, and I literally have to use one arm, like one arm, like my farthest away arm, to wrap around his lower arm.
Which
And
arm?
my left arm, I'd say. And my right arm, I have to like loop underneath his bicep in order to get enough to lift up that one side.
Oh wow.
So we help him up, you know. And like, here's the thing about my grandpa. If you're sick, he's suddenly even worse. He's one of those, you know. Like if you're sick, he's like, "Oh, I feel a fever coming on. Oh God." I think that was Warchi.
No, that was me. I
So
smacked
he's
my
one
head.
of those, like, if you're sick, like with a fever, I'm gonna throw up.
It's like if you're sick, he
He's
feels like he
he
feels like,
he's
"Oh, that means I'm probably sick now."
yeah.
Then get
So,
the hell away from me.
and if he hurts himself even the slightest, he's like, "Is it bad? Do I have to call a doctor? Is it bad?" You know?
Looking
Yeah.
at it yourself, you would figure out if you need to call a doctor or not.
Yeah. So anyway, um, oh yeah, sidestepping here, but his dietitian, his doctor, caught on that he was bullshitting them the past few visits,
About?
friggin' watching what he fucking ate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he got the chewing out of a lifetime. So much, in fact, that he's now actually watching what he eats now because his doctor straight up yelled at the man.
If you continue, you're going to die.
Yeah, but I'll die happy.
No, you won't.
I am so sorry. I did not mean to laugh at that.
Yeah, but so yeah, he's actually watching what he eats now.
Well, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, yeah, big step for him, and it's actually leading to me watching what I eat. I've actually skipped out like on, I've skipped like snacks every other night. Starting slow, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like when I do have snacks, it's like healthier, sort of like apples, stuff like that. But anyway, so that very same day, the same day as the morning of him falling, we go eat at Denny's, and we're done eating, and I'm looking for my sunglasses. My sunglasses fell off somewhere at the table. I'm looking for it underneath the table, and all of a sudden,
But
yeah, pretty much.
You felt earthquake in the building, and you turned into your grandfather's on the floor.
Friggin',
nah, he got crop dusted.
we hear him call out my grandmother's name. We walk around the corner because this Denny's like has an entryway that's cut off by a wall with a sofa in front of the wall. And we turn the corner. He's on the ground again.
Oh, I thought. You see, I went boot, and I thought you meant that you got crop dusted while you were under the table.
No, no.
Oh, I
So
get it.
this time he fell a little bit worse than last time because he actually fell and hit his side on the fucking couch or whatever.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah. It caused some bruising. Yeah. That didn't stop him from acting like, oh my god, I broke a rib. I'm like, no, you didn't.
If he would have broke a rib, he'd definitely know.
Yeah.
He'd be aware of it, believe me.
It gets better.
When you break a rib, when you break a rib, it's like knocking the wind out of yourself, pretty
Like,
much.
Yeah. That's what
hear
I've been
this real
saying.
quick. Oh,
Hold
sorry.
on. That's what I've been telling him. The entire rest of the day. That's what I've been telling him. He's like, you don't think I broke a rib, do you? It's like, can you breathe all right? Yeah, I'm breathing normal. Then your ribs aren't broken.
Well, like, I just want to say something real quick. It doesn't matter what body part you have. If any of it breaks bone, ribs, anything like that, you're probably going to be aware of it. Because that excruciating pain and it'll knock the breath out of you, you will be aware of it.
Jason, you're annoyed when you have to repeat yourself. We all know this. Imagine how infuriating. Like, you get mad when repeating a question. Imagine how bad and infuriating it is repeating an answer.
Yeah? What?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Not just to repeat an answer, but to repeat an answer in hour intervals to the same damn question.
That's why I'm grateful we don't have the same grandfather.
Excuse me.
And
Because
then,
I probably would have knocked him out by now.
Well,
we ain't done.
There's more?
When we got home and I was unpacking things from the car to take back into the house, this motherfucker fell again.
why did he keep falling?
Get him a wheelchair. Fuck's sakes.
Like this time, so the first time he fell, he stubbed his toe on the desk inside.
Oh,
the
that'll
hotel
do
room.
it. That'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
do it.
Never mind.
That'll
Never
do
mind.
it.
My bad.
It tumbled him over. The
That'll
second
do
time,
it. That'll do it.
the second time in the Denny's, he tripped over the side, like the corner of the couch inside the Denny's.
What about the first time? How'd he trip?
I told you, he stubbed his.
Oh,
Hey, Grandpa.
watch your feet.
After that, we've told him, please, for the love of God, watch your step before you accidentally kill yourself. And the third time at the house, this one I will say is more so of an accident. See, when he walks inside the house, he has to grab onto the side of the first chair in the living room. We have two chairs, two recliners in the living room, side by side. He has to grab onto the first one for some leverage to help himself
Yeah, I know that.
to his chair on the far end in front of the TV. When he gripped the side of that one, when he gripped the side of the first recliner, I don't know if he put like his full weight on it or something, but it went sliding across the floor, taking his ass with it.
Oh,
By
try
the
not to
time-
laugh. You know why?
That
Because I
reminds
can
me
picture
of
your
that
house and
Kevin
that
Hart
happening.
special
I can
where,
picture
like-
that happening. I can picture and I start laughing.
Well, that reminds me of that Kevin Hart special when he's talking about how his grandfather falls.
But no,
Oh
it's
man.
it's like at this point, I'm like, if this keeps going the way it's going, my back's gonna combust into dust from
Another
lifting
one
this
bites the dust.
big boulder of a man up. So he actually
Ugh, I don't
did
even
go.
want to imagine that.
He actually did go in and get X-rays, and he didn't break a rib, but he
Okay.
did bruise a rib. He bruised a rib, bruised.
Well,
his
that
kidney.
is believable.
Yeah. And his foot ended up getting swollen. That's about it. But that doesn't stop him from acting like it was his final days on planet Earth.
Yeah. Now, Jason, you wanted to talk about SummerSlam.
Oh yes. Let's get to that topic. Okay, first off, I want to say this right now to everyone, okay? Before I even get started, I have no problem with John Cena. I think he's a great guy. But I just need to say this right now. Stop using him all the time.
Listen, Hughes,
Like,
Hughes, well, you
oh.
can't say that.
So
He
we'll see.
hasn't been in a WWE ring in a couple of years.
Well, here's the thing. He's not talking about in WWE. He's talking like in movies and stuff. WWE, that's fine.
He's popular.
But
He's going to be used. He's
yeah,
popular. He's going to be used. There's
so
nothing you can do about that.
I
Same
actually,
with Dwayne
yeah.
The Rock Johnson. He's popular. They're going to keep using him.
Oh, don't worry. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's
Well,
part of the same argument with him.
like, I'm gonna rehash the little conversation you and I had, War Chief, last night, because I want the conversation to rehash in this podcast, because I think everyone needs to see this.
Think about it. Think about it.
You ended up changing my mind about the movie thing,
I want you to
because you
think
actually
about
have a good
something
point.
before you go on. I want you to think about something before you go on.
What?
Okay, let's take early westerns. John Wayne. They kept using him. Let's take
And Clint Eastwood. Don't forget Clint Eastwood.
yeah. Let's take military movies. A lot of Lee Marvin was used a lot. Arlie Ermey was used a few times.
For
Clint
action
Eastwood.
movies.
Clint Eastwood was used a lot. If there's a popular actor at the height of their popularity, they're going to be in like everything.
Yeah, but like I said, you talked me out of that one.
You can't just say stop using him because he's at the height of his popularity.
I wasn't talking about the movies and TV shows anymore.
Yeah.
You kind of talked me out of that one.
Yeah, but like to throw in my 2 cents, like it's the same with like in the '80s when the action movie genre was around. You always had your
Stallone, Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Your freaking
yeah, that's understandable.
Sometimes you get a combination of them.
Like, okay, I'll give you another instance. Like mob movies. De Niro, Pesci, Vincent Pastore, Frank Vincent.
I also remember, like at the height of freaking, what's his name? I have to actually pull movie off because my brain's.
In the 80s, Eddie Murphy.
Okay, you guys made your point.
Jason Statham in the early 2000s rocked it pretty hard too.
Yeah, like Matthew Broderick in the 80s too.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Proceed if you want to with rehashing the conversation.
Let's Robin Williams in the 90s. Like, if somebody is popular, they're going to continue to use them, Jason.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Seriously, man, I get it.
And to be fair, John Cena is only like kind of just starting his acting career.
Well, yes and no. He's been in movies before.
Yeah, but like his first 2 movies were WWE produced. He did WWE like full time for like 15 years. From like 2004 to like 2016 or 17.
Well, it's not that I'm Well, can I say something real quick, please? Well,
no, not 2004. It was 2002 or 3. Yeah, 2002 was his debut. So from 2002 to like 2015, 16, 17. No. Actually, no, 16, 17 about. Or 17, 18. Yeah, he's only really started acting full time in like 2019, I want to say. So it's only a few years old.
Well, can I finish what I was trying to say when I said stop using John Cena? Yeah. I didn't mean like kick him out of WWE or anything like that. No, I don't mean anything like that. No, okay,
you just don't want him in as many movies.
I don't want him in the main events anymore because
well, he's
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. Right. Let me finish. Right. Because here's the deal. Vince McMahon has fired Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and a few others. I can't remember the names. Which is annoying because they are barely making their debut, but yet they keep bringing back old superstars. Like, don't get me wrong. Hey, not done. Don't get me wrong. I like the old superstars, but the younger superstars need their time to shine as well. Like, instead of giving them the spotlight, they keep giving the old superstars like John Cena, The Rock, Goldberg, Edge, everything like that. They keep trying to stick to the classic times. When new times are coming, they need new wrestlers because these wrestlers are not going to stick around forever.
Jason.
First off,
hold on.
Edge is kind of an on and off appear.
Edge
True.
was out of the company for 9 years due to a neck injury. He only just came back. 2,
No, I
John
know.
Cena has not main evented WrestleMania since 2015. It's not
No,
like the
you're not getting it, War Chief.
no
What I
JC.
mean to say is, like, the moment he got back, he automatically gets a title shot. And people
Yeah,
who've been
because
working there
they're
for a couple
probably
years at that point doesn't even get that chance.
you're not understanding what they're trying to do here. Either one, they're going to put the title on him to give somebody else a boost. So they call it putting someone over. Like they'll take a big name star like John Cena, have him win the title, and then take somebody else who they want in a title picture and have them beat John Cena in a title match to put him over. And beating someone like John Cena for the title match, it's going to give him a big boost.
Yeah, real
Or,
big boost.
or, or what they're going to do is have John Cena at this SummerSlam put Roman Reigns over so that he can probably because they've been trying to push Roman Reigns for years, but it's not working. So they're probably gonna have John Cena put him over to try and get it to work this time.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually kind of like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, same. Actually, in real life, like outside the script, he's a really, really good guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody has really a problem with Roman Reigns, but like I'm saying, John Cena even said WWE is going to fall if they keep using old talent. They need to use their current talent.
That's what I'm saying.
When they're not fucking firing them for budget cut reasons.
Yeah.
No, like my big issue
So
is
yet
they
they
keep
could
bringing.
afford a theater for SummerSlam.
My issue is that they keep bringing back Brock Lesnar. Nobody likes Brock Lesnar. Nobody wants him there, but Vince thinks he's a draw. How is he a draw when nobody wants to see him?
I mean, I think it's because they pushed Brock Lesnar as being like the biggest fucking beast in WWE.
Yeah, and nobody liked it, but Vince McMahon liked it, so it had to go.
Oh, congratulations! You're a big muscly dude with a freaking trench knife tattoo on your chest. Ooh, bad.
But
Really
anyway, this SummerSlam, I think what either is gonna happen is I'm leaning more towards John Cena putting Roman Reigns over, but they could also put the. Honestly, they could try to increase viewership by giving John Cena his 17th title, which would break Ric Flair's record.
Really?
A lot of people don't want that to happen. Ric Flair's 16-time world champion, so it's John Cena. But if he gets that 17th, they're probably bringing John Cena in to try and bring people back because their viewership has been going down and down and down.
Well, can't understand why. Like seriously.
Especially with the firing of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
well, listen, Bray
I liked
Wyatt
him.
and Braun Strowman could probably go to AEW.
Well,
More than likely.
Freaking Bray Wyatt's already teasing the Fiend's return with a new design picture of the Fiend that he posted to social media.
Yeah, there are so many other Ring of Honor.
Well,
there's.
Also, I just want to clarify because of what I said about Brock Lesnar earlier. I actually do like Brock Lesnar. Watching his matches on YouTube.
I don't.
With Undertaker, those are historical, but.
I don't like him fighting Undertaker. He's too brutal.
Well,
no, he's just
a fight between two of the most brutal wrestlers in WWE. It's a spectacle to see. I kind of fucking.
Well, Brock Lesnar and Undertaker are like best friends.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
And him and Kurt Angle are best friends too.
Speaking of Undertaker, I am sad that I did not get into wrestling earlier. Like
when he was still active every week.
No, during his WrestleMania streaks.
Dude, that was
WrestleMania streak. Yeah, it was amazing. Why did he lose it to Brock? Oh wait, never mind.
See, okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
I remember.
Undertaker didn't want neither Brock Lesnar nor Undertaker wanted it to happen, but Vince McMahon
Undertaker
wanted it to happen.
No, that's a lie.
That's what happened.
After Undertaker's last ride, he told us what happened. He ended up getting a concussion during the match, and then it made him fade out long enough for Brock Lesnar to get the pin. I forgot about that.
No. See, what happened was Undertaker didn't want to lose it. Well, I don't think Undertaker cared, but Brock Lesnar didn't want to be the one to beat it. Undertaker wanted a certain someone to beat it, yes, but Brock Lesnar didn't want to do it. But WWE Creative was like, no, it's happening. We want it to happen.
What's that? Creative input? What's that?
And then he lost to Roman Reigns as well because I believe the reason was he did want to put Roman Reigns over at WrestleMania, so that's why. I think that's when they originally started to try and push Roman.
He had no idea about Undertaker's health condition at the time. It was bad. He had no business in that ring. And you should have seen next year when he fought John Cena. That's when he was in better shape again.
Oh god, on the subject of Undertaker, you know what my favorite Undertaker match is?
What?
Undertaker versus Triple H with what's his name? I'm still new. Forgive me.
Undertaker, okay. Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
With Shawn Michaels as special referee.
Yeah.
Oh. WrestleMania. That's when he got the 20-0 streak.
That was the most brutal
end of an era
thing I've seen.
Yeah, even when Triple H and Shawn Michaels both hit him with a finisher, he still kicked out. That was badass.
But back on the topic of SummerSlam.
No, oh god, he fucked Hunter up. Like, and even after the match, freaking picking him up and leading him, like, with respect out of the ring, like, helping him out of the ring.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But back on the topic of SummerSlam, probably the most fucked up thing WWE has ever done was at SummerSlam when they had a custody of Dominic match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Rip Eddie.
Yeah. That was probably the most fucked up thing they did. Hey, Ray, you got a young child. Let's just, do this.
Yeah, when I saw it on YouTube, that made me sick. One look at the kid, and that's definitely Rey Mysterio's kid, even though Rey Mysterio wears a mask most of the time.
Well, Dominic's a wrestler now, actually.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him fight.
Didn't he have, like, a recent tag team match with his dad?
Yeah, they won the tag titles.
Did they?
I believe.
I think he started when he helped Ray with that 619. So I think, was it Brock Lesnar or? It was somebody.
I don't remember. I think it was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it was a no hold bar match, I think, and like he jumped in to help his dad, and freaking they did like a dual 619 to his face, and I was like, oh, that's fucking sick.
Alright, there was something else, but I don't remember what it was now. Oh yeah. Okay, so when I was younger, this is off the WWE topic. Me and my friends, every summer, like every night during summer, we would play Manhunt. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
I'm aware of it. I've tried playing it without.
I would take it a little too far.
Oh God!
I would walk around with a baseball bat.
We're about to play Manhunt IRL.
See, this actually was discussed at grad party I was at with all of them because one of my friend's sisters graduated, so I went, and my youngest sister was talking about like how like one night they were hiding in the grass, and I was walking by them just swinging the bat through the grass, and she pissed her pants about. Like, a couple of them, like, I don't remember this, but a couple of them even said I hit him with the bat.
Oh, wow. You just don't remember.
They're like, yeah, Angelo was fucking crazy. He'd walk around with a fucking bat hunting us. Now, see, when it came to hiding, I was a sneaky little bastard. So, when my friends lived, we would start there and my porch was safe. Now, they had a little bridge type thing in the backyard. Me and our friend Anthony, we discussed. We're like, all right, I'm gonna hide under this bridge. You get their attention, and you yell out the word cat, and I'll go booking it down to my house. They won't even know what hit him. And he gets their attention, and he yells out cat, and they're like, well, why the fuck did he just say cat? Next thing they see me doing is running down to my house. They're like, hey! But by then they could do nothing but watch.
So I'm pretty sure like the modern equivalent of that game would be Michael Myers, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would do that too. I'd walk around the woods like with a base. No, I lived by the woods. They would run through they would hide in the woods, and I would literally be using a aluminum baseball bat to hunt them down.
You look
And
like
if I,
bust some kneecaps, bro.
and if I found them, I would hit them for real. That's why they would run so fast.
Like people just looking at you slowly walking into the woods with an aluminum bat. Just like,
No, listen. None of my neighbors ever said anything to me. 'Cause they
I
knew.
wonder why. Oh, that's that kid who walks into the woods doing.
No, they all knew who I was, and they all knew what I was. No, they all knew. No, my neighbors loved. My neighbors loved me, but when they seen me doing, they didn't say shit. Listen, my neighbors.
Busy laughing.
My neighbors didn't have balls, okay?
Friggin' over there thinking you had like a split personality or some shit.
Oh, I used to.
One minute you're the nicest kid on the block, the next minute you're going out and killing wild animals with a bat in the woods.
Then when you turn
I
back,
would
it
never
wasn't
do
me.
that.
It wasn't
Anyway,
me.
there was this one instance.
I'm just saying what they're probably thinking.
There was this one instance that I wanted to freak out my nephew. It was during summer. He came over, and I knew he was coming over ahead of time. So I grabbed my Michael Myers mask. And when I heard my sister pull up, I put it on, and I hid behind the door. And when I seen him coming to the backyard, getting ready to step onto the porch, I walked out, and he was like, "Angela, Angela." Like, I didn't say anything. I just kept walking towards him. Like, he was shitting himself. Like, my sister's like, take the fucking I didn't say anything. I grabbed him. I grabbed him, and he lost it.
He had yellow expression in 2.5 seconds. Wow.
There was this other time, like, when I had my very first Michael Myers mask. That wasn't my first one. See, I don't like that one because got it at Party City. There was hair missing out of it.
Oh god.
Yeah, like somebody had like Michael Myers is balding.
The years have been catching up to old Mikey.
But my first one was an actual like replica of the very first movie mask. But Dad paid a shit ton of money for it. But anyway, that got stolen. Anyway, when I was like 8 years old, the mask didn't even fit me, and I would wear it around. Funny story. One of the neighboring houses, the neighbors just moved out, and it was abandoned for a while. We go in there. I go in like. I don't remember why I had my Michael Myers mask. I think I was showing it to my neighbors, and then one of them was like, "Let me see it," and he goes in the house. And we're walking through the house, and this motherfucker tries to pop out with it. I'm like, ain't you on me? Not even scared. I just look at him like, really?
Ain't nothing more embarrassing than a scare gone wrong.
Literally, like the funny thing is, like,
it's embarrassing for everyone.
This is during summer. We're doing this shit with a mask. This is during summer. We're doing this shit with a mask. Not even Halloween. So, like, you gotta think. You really think that would fuck somebody up? Like, you would think on Halloween if somebody was doing it, it's a joke. But doing something, if somebody walking out with a Michael Myers mask, this ain't no joke. Shit, this got real.
This is seen as a possible assault. And it's about to happen. Which kind of made me that took me back a little bit because I was thinking like all the times like on one of my old channels when I would like me, Jason, and our other friend Armand would do like these short films like with like the horror costumes that I accumulated over time, and I was like, we did most of that in the summer. What the fuck did the neighbors think? Because a lot of that was in the front yard. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do I call the police or sit and watch?
Let's take bets on who dies first.
So that actually reminded me of something else. You scaring somebody.
Okay.
I believe I've mentioned this story before, but I might as well say it for the podcast.
Okay.
Alrighty.
A while back, I'm talking like maybe 6 years. Decided to go to Six Flags, and we decided to take my friend Armand with me, and for old time's sake, my cousin.
Oh god, I was hoping you'd get into this one.
Why? What happened?
About this one? I guess I didn't. Okay.
If you did, I don't remember.
So the reason why I bring this up is because I took my remake full metal Freddy glove with me on the trip in the back seat, waiting for my cousin to go for the door. You know. And I'm not gonna lie, what I got, she basically jumped back and stared at me, but it wasn't like a jump back and stare of like, oh my god, that scared me. It was jumping like, this guy's a fucking lunatic. So anyway, we go to Six Flags, and we all go our separate ways. My grandparents go their way, me and her mom go our way, my cousin fucks off her way.
Wait, didn't you say it was because she's seen a few of her friends?
Yeah, she found a couple of her friends there at Six Flags, and yeah. So me and her mom are going around. We're going on a few coasters. We're hanging out, having a good old time. We meet up with my grandparents who found my cousin, and we were ready to go. Like we were ready to go. You know,
Not willingly.
not well, kind of willingly because, frankly, I go to Six Flags over there in Vallejo so much that it's just dull at this point. Which is why I try to tell my grandfather to pump the brakes on going to Disneyland.
Yeah, because he drains the excitement because he wants to go so much.
Yeah, if you go there and experience things so much, the glamour of it and experience
Goes
of it,
away.
Just dissipates over time.
Yeah. So anyway, first off, let me go into let me see if we got a warning yet. No, we don't. We're good.
I'm on the screen, so
Oh, okay.
we'll be fine.
Yeah, you can tell us. So, yeah. So I'm like, I'm cool with leaving. Yeah, I'm cool with it. So we leave. We drop her off. We drop my Herman off. We make it back home, and my grandmother breaks it down why we left. Apparently, my little fucking cousin, she was found in one of the planted bushes of the park with this dude
No
making
way.
out in the bushes. And
What?
brother, I
Was that all they were doing?
fucking lightly. Yeah, that was.
Were they?
But it was aggressive. Well, I'm pretty sure if no one stopped, they would have.
Oh
No, it was
my.
like stood up, making out like.
Or at
Okay, we just got the 5 minute.
Yeah, but it's like, oh my god, it's like you don't fucking. You can hang out with your friends. That's
But
fine.
you don't circle jerk in a bush.
Especially when both me and my friend know, uh, not so much the grandparents, that you don't really give a shit about being here.
That and you're willing to catch multiple
Oh, I
charges.
remember this story now. And I remember, like, you told me that your grandmother said, like, I am never taking her anywhere again.
Yeah.
No, why would you? She's gonna do it
Wait,
again.
wait. Oh, real quick, let's get off this call and start a new one. But
Well,
I
I
want
was
you to
gonna
tell one more
see if
story.
the.
I want you to tell a podcast story, okay, Kyle?
Yeah.
Because I love this story. It was
we're wrapping it up
hilarious.
with this last story. I take it.
Yeah, I had another story. A short
All
one.
right, we'll wrap it up
Oh.
with that then.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I'll tell the other
well.
one if you want to. But...
Yeah, it's a real quick one. Tell them
Okay.
the time that your grandparents left you at a gas station.
Oh my god.
That was hilarious.
Okay, we will be right back.
Let's tell this last story, shall we?
Actually, two stories, but one's quick. One's more of a note rather than a story.
Okay.
But did you know
Yeah.
that?
Wait, did you take it off intermission?
Yeah, it's off intermission.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
did you know that my aunt, not naming any names, much like my cousin, this is the mother of my cousin, is permanently banned from Six Flags?
Oh, I heard this.
No, what happened?
I heard this.
I haven't.
Okay, I don't remember all the strong details, but I can tell you the reasoning. She pretty much spent, I think it was over $150 on booze in the park.
Oh, wow.
And after getting absolutely shit-faced drunk, mouthed off to one of the workers there. I don't know if it was someone trying to cut her off or something, but words were said that weren't supposed to be said in a family space,
Oh, shit.
and she was permanently banned from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Which
Well, kind
leaves
of
the
bummer. I thought I was going to
question:
go a different direction.
why would you allow somebody to buy $150 worth of booze in the first place?
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was going to be like, well, she
Why
was
would
so
you not
drunk she
cut
thought
them
Goofy was
off
hot.
at Why would you not make it a one and done rule?
Well, the thing is, there's several places in Six Flags.
Oh, she snuck around every single one of them.
She was going on a freaking bar crawl in Six Flags.
She was bar hopping in Six Flags.
It wasn't until she reached the last one, slurring all of her shit to Kingdom Come, and freaking the smell of alcohol just seeping out of her mouth like a freaking Godzilla's atomic breath.
Out of her pores.
Her pores just dripping with freaking Corona. Not that Corona.
No, the beer.
Yeah, the beer.
Dripping with margarita and Bud Light.
dripping with Bud and Rolling Rock and Pabst Blue fucking ribbon. But yeah, he got permanently banned from Six Flags. So
wow.
Anyway, the final story for the podcast this week, today, this session, I don't fucking know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
Oh boy. So we were on our way home from another Disney trip, and we stopped at the gas station. And this is when we had our old van. Our old van had an actual like long seated like one single seat sort of couch in the back, instead of like the separate seats that we have in our new one. Jason, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I would use that to lay my ass to sleep in that back seat. And when we stopped at the gas station, I'm like, I have to use the bathroom, could possibly use something to drink. So I fling my blanket off. I get up, I get out of the car, I turn to my grandmother who's pumping gas, like, hey, I'll be back in a second. I go in the gas station to drain the old lizard and get something to drink. And I came back out, and the car wasn't out there anymore.
How would they not notice that you weren't in the car? Like,
because the blanket was perfectly back where I was laying, and I've been sleeping for the past 2 hours in the back seat. So my grandmother just took a glance back there, saw the blaze, like, oh, he's still asleep. Because I'm not facing the front. I'm laying sideways across like the row of seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So I get out, I notice the car's not there, I'm like, well, crap.
Well, fuck.
What's worse, I couldn't call them because my cell phone was still in the back seat.
Didn't think that one through there, did you, buddy?
I didn't expect them to just up the fucking bolt as soon as we get in the tank. Especially, I gave verbal confirmation that I'm going inside.
Preparation.
He must have not heard you.
Oh, clearly.
So I went back inside. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to use the phone in the gas station, like that they have like behind the counter.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know my grandparents' phone numbers.
How?
Because they're automated on my fucking phone. I have freaking speed dial on that shit. I freaking like, oh, okay, I'll call her, call him.
This motherfucker. Let me call 911 really quick.
The only phone number that I actually have committed to memory is Ramon's home phone. So I decided, okay, I'll call him and have him call them. So
Be a shame if he didn't answer that day.
he's just out buying groceries or some shit, and I'm just standing there, life or death, just on the phone.
Yeah, because this is before her mom had a cell phone.
I'm just sitting there like, I don't want to live off of Cheetos and Twinkies my whole life.
Oh, I think you do.
Definitely the Cheetos.
So, okay, sidebar. I do not get people who put hot sauce, who like rip off the top of a hot Cheetos bag and then squeeze hot sauce into the bag. Like
And I never understood that either. You must not enjoy having
well,
stomach lining.
I know someone who actually does that.
Yeah, you.
No, it's not me.
Oh.
But anyway,
It's a friend of mine.
I just don't get that. Anyway, back on topic. So I call her on, and I tell Mrs. I was like, hey, so my grandparents mistakenly driven off and left me at the gas station. You mind giving them a ring? And I'm sitting, and he says, sure. So I hang up. I tell the person behind the counter, thank you for letting me use the phone. I stand outside and wait. I see our car pull up, and I like wave them down.
He didn't sound her mom calling Connie. I mean, your grandmother.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hold on. And they drive up. They pick me up. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and I'm just in the back like, "Whatever. I knew you'd fucking come back."
What if they
I'm
didn't?
I know you'd see me fucked up at some point. So I'm in the car, and they tell me they tell me what happened. That she looked back there, thought I was still back there asleep, laying down. And that when they found out that I wasn't in the back seat, my grandfather slammed the brakes, sharp turned, gunned it through a field back on the other side of the highway to drive all the way back to the gas station. Like it was a classic Home Alone oh shit moment. Kevin! Slam.
Kyle! Slam.
No wonder why he was being too quiet.
So they're driving. So we're driving, and my grandmother said that my dad called, said that they left me at the gas station, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. I told her mom to call him, but I guess he must have called dad, and dad called them, which is a long fucking way to go. Just get the fuck back here and pick me up. But then I thought about it some more. I'm like, wait. He doesn't have my dad's phone number. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh, dad didn't call you. That was Herman. And my grandmother's face turned red. Because here's the sequence of events that she told me happened when she got that phone call. Ring, ring, answers the phone. You left him at a gas station? Fuck you!
No, she went, shut the fuck up, click.
Wait, who'd she tell fuck? Wait, she actually told him on fuck you.
She told him to shut the fuck up. No, the conversation went like this. I remember exactly. Here, it went like this. Right when your grandmother answered, she's like, yes, she didn't look at the number. She's like, yes, we know we left him. We're going to go get him now. You seriously left Kyle at a gas station. Shut the fuck up, click. She was... Oh, man, I wish I could see her face when she realized it was Herman.
And I looked at my grandmother with a big old freaking cheeky ass
Shitty grin.
just shaking my head, going, look what you did.
You're lucky Herman doesn't take things personally.
I was like, look what you did. You just said, shut the fuck up and fuck you to an innocent Christian boy just doing his duty.
An innocent Christian.
I knew this would be the perfect story to wrap it up because every time I think of this story, I just laugh.
Yeah,
You're going to hell.
And now, every time we pass by that gas station, I'm like, oh, would you look at that?
I bet
sure
she
Grandma
wishes
looks at
that
you, she's
gas
like, just
station would
shut
get
up.
torn down so she doesn't get the reminder anymore.
Whenever we stop at that gas station, I'm like, all right, I'm going inside. I'm I'm going inside. I want you to know. Oh
Maybe
god.
take your phone next time.
I didn't think they would drive off. Plus, I was just getting out of a nice ass sleep.
Yeah, you know what happens? The worst thing always happens when you don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, yeah.
In his defense, he just woke up from a nap, so he's probably all groggy, not thinking.
If I wake up from a nap, I'm immediately grabbing my phone.
Bro, especially when you just got off of 3 days of barely any sleep. Because I can't sleep when there's the smallest amount of light or the slightest sound. That's why I sleep in pitch dark blackness with earplugs in my ears every night. Only so
Mm-hmm.
I can get to sleep. When I'm sharing a room with my grandparents, more specifically, a grandfather that spends most of the night watching TV who's hard of hearing and leaves the volume up near max, you tend to get a little sleepy.
Max to him is about 35.
Now I'm talking if he watched freaking Death Wish, there would be people next door calling out, "There's been a shooting!" But yeah, so that about wraps it up, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
that about wraps it up.
Hour and 39 minutes. That was our first podcast.
Nice. And we
Felt
still have
like
more
2
podcasts
hours.
coming in the future. Don't worry about that.
Why would we only do one?
I don't know. You kind of got me on that one.
Think before you speak. That
Yeah.
is
I don't know
my
how.
advice to you. You must learn. That is my advice to you.
So thank you all
What
for
channel's that
joining
on?
us for the Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Thank you all for joining us for the first Podcastination podcast. Join us next time when we have a different topic to discuss, and join us for our secondary show, which features me and Jason discussing all more nerdier like anime gaming subjects uh,
And shows.
and shows. And yeah, thank you all for joining us today. War Chief, any finishing words that you'd like to share?
No, just
Subscribe to War Chief for
subscribe
life.
to all of our separate channels if you like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's gonna be where this is going to be exported to.
Yeah. Just switched over to the ending transmission screen so that you can get a look at our social media and our YouTube if you wish to join us there. If you want to see us separate doing our own thing, and yeah, we will see you guys
Next time.
hopefully next time in the future.
Have a nice day.
Goodbye.